Hello. Today I'm going to be focusing on wealth and money because most people want to be wealthy, depending on what wealth is, and I'm going to be teasing wealth with you. They want to be successful, depending on what success is to you, and we want to make money or to have money in our bank accounts. And I am sure that you are one of those people. If you are, stay with me because I'm going to be sharing with you a package of components that are very important if we want to be wealthy, if we want to make money, if we want to be financially successful and be free from the daily grind of not knowing how to make ends meet. Stay with me. I'm Linda. I've been through a number of experiences, and that is why I am sharing my lessons, hoping that there is going to be a takeaway for you. Number one, I learned that money is not wealth. I learned that wealth is a package of components. It is a package of components of values, choices, time, people, to name just a few. Just for today, I'm going to be focusing on health, money, time, and people, of course. So, why is this important? Because the reality, this is a fact, you will not make money if you are anxious, desperate, and worried about making money overnight. It will not happen. What is important is that you be aware of what I am going to be sharing with you because I went through a similar experience of being anxious, wanting to make it, wanting to make a breakthrough. It didn't happen because of the desperation. It didn't happen because I was tense. I was blocking the breakthrough that is very, very important if one wants to allow good things to flow one's direction. So, what happened to me? It became important when I was just not making it. It became important for me to set aside time, particularly in the morning when I am fresh, and do self-reflection and look at what I wanted to achieve and look at my intentions. My intentions were very important because it is my daily intention that guided me. It was a North Star, a daily North Star that helped me to work towards what I wanted to achieve. Not a goal, it was an intention. And because it was an intention, I became to feel and be part of what I wanted to experience when I achieved that. So I learned to live on a day-to-day basis, living from the end. And that was a pull. I also learned that it was important for me to be the magnet for what I wanted to achieve. So what did I do? I became quite honest. I was over 60. I had left a 9-to-5 job, a lawyer, and lawyers do tend to be conservative. So I then had to reskill myself. I needed to change how I understood who I was. I do hope that you are going to be listening to this. Very, very important, because I am going to be challenging you. If you want to be successful, if you want money, if you want to be wealthy, you better look at your identity. Do you know who you are? Or do you understand yourself to be who people say you are? Those masks that we wear. What happened to me is that I stripped myself down to a very simple feeling. Who am I? Who do I say I am now that I was no longer a human rights lawyer? I was no longer that prestigious person with certain titles. Even the phone was no longer ringing because I no longer had a social standing that was attractive to people. So it was important for me to redefine who I was, and it was like establishing a diamond in me, because then I discovered that I am a well-resourced, experienced person who still has a lot to offer. You too has a lot to offer. You may be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Trust me, there is a lot you can offer. Imagine there are 8 billion people in the world, and I can guarantee you that your story, your music will benefit some people, just as I do hope that as I am sharing my experience, that there is something, there is a takeaway in any form for you to then learn and grow, and not delay as I did, because it took me a long time to confidently discover that the other labels, the other social standings didn't matter, that I was rich, not materially, I was experienced, that I had a story to tell, a contribution to make to creating a better community, to creating a new me, and share the new me with other people, including yourself. So stay with me, because I am going to be highlighting the lessons that it became important for me to redefine who I am and be particular about the company I keep. I joined a community of like-minded people, and it's a celebration I will not forget. Here am I am now celebrating through YouTube. I'm talking to you. You may be in Bangladesh, in Germany, in the United Kingdom, in Zambia, in Zimbabwe, in Canada, in Australia. Here I am talking to you because of modern technology. I was not technologically savvy. However, I made it my business to begin to learn how to do things in the new world order. It is a celebration, and I do hope that you will also take advantage. Say you are over 50, take advantage of automation, of technology, because you are not going to be sitting quietly in a little corner and feel forgotten. There is a wide world looking forward to hearing your story, to listening to your music. I also learned to be very particular about time, how I spend time. I spend time reading, because let us not forget, we need to learn and continue to learn until the end of our lives. So learning, reading books, doing research, and that was very, very helpful during my reskilling phase. And I continue to do that, to reskill, to inform myself, to learn new things, and to collaborate with like-minded people. Do you know what I also did? I then learned that I was not going to be the best version of myself if I do not look for a mentor. Mentorship has been very, very important. Yes, I am a coach. I mentor other people. However, I also need to be mentored, and I have been enriched by being mentored by those who have experienced and succeeded where I would have thought it's impossible. So time, the quality, the flexibility of the time that has also been made possible by automation. So I have quality time, even time to myself, to walk in the morning and enjoy a brand new fresh day. I don't hurry, and I just enjoy and allow life to unfold. Enjoy and allow life to unfold, because it is when you are relaxed that money ideas will flow, that wealth ideas will flow. It's very important that we set aside the quiet time and have a daily morning routine. Repetition, repetition, repetition. You don't give up and don't give away the early morning quiet time just for you. You're not being selfish. It's because you are going to be allowing, opening, expanding for something new. After all, every day has something to offer. It's just that we don't allow, we don't open, and we don't even expect that it's going to come our way. It is there for you to take and celebrate. So, health. We can have tons and tons of money in the bank or wherever, even in our investments. However, if we are not healthy, we will not enjoy the wealth, the money, and the quality of life we desire. So, this is important. Be kind to yourself. Be particular about health matters. When you get up in the morning, do hydrate. It may appear to be something very minor, but having 2 glasses of just plain water before caffeine, that is important. Eating properly, listening to your body, it is very important. And get moving. Make sure that you stretch, you walk, you jog, you do yoga, you meditate. Just the breathing exercises are very important. Health cannot be bought. Therefore, wealth is a package. It is a consolidation of these components that I'm sharing with you today. Having said that, please stay with me. Success is discipline. I know we do want shortcuts. I used to be like that. You may be a person who wants things to happen and change overnight. No, it's not going to happen. Success is discipline. Disciplining yourself from when you wake up and repeating things that add value to your life. Success, as I've indicated, contributes to a better quality of life, because when you are successful, there are so many things that just happen. You are able to, you have a choice actually. You have a choice that other people do not have. And that is why it is important to accept and internalize that it's important to be disciplined if you want to be successful. It is important that you invest in yourself if you want to be successful. It will not happen overnight. Trust me, I've been through this one. It will not happen overnight. So, before I wrap up, there are these 3 takeaways. This is your takeaway. Very, very important. The lessons that I have jotted down here. Some people usually say you need to work hard on yourself. I don't agree with that. The harder you work, the more tense you become. I say, allow. Don't work hard on yourself, but relax and allow. Another important lesson is that the key to sustaining what I am sharing with you means that you need to consider the environment, the company you keep. Another very important thing, the habits. Habits are a brick. A habit is a brick. So brick by brick, if you entertain habits that improve your life, do that every day. And then, as I've indicated, make sure that you associate yourself with people who are like-minded, who encourage you to be the best you can be. And then finally, this is very, very important, is that be patient with yourself. I was very impatient with myself. I learned that the more impatient I was, the more tense and the more agitated I became. Nothing happened. I was blocking exactly what I wanted to achieve, what I wanted to attract. I was blocking it. It is important that you trust yourself. Trust yourself. Even when there are distractions and noises, I guarantee you, when you trust yourself, it may be painful and difficult, but the breakthrough is there for you. I do hope that this video is going to be helpful, but it's not an overnight process. It requires habits on a daily basis, a routine, but it works. I guarantee it works. Money just, it flows to you because your disposition, you are that magnet that says, I'm ready. I'm ready for money. I'm ready for good friends. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to be healthy. I'm ready to share with other people. It happens. I hope that you will not forget to press the like button. Do subscribe so that I continue to make these videos and share my music with people like yourself. Share this video. Thank you for watching. I look forward to being with you in the next video, of course.